What's good, guys? It's your boy Untitled Chapter, and I'm back with another video by popular demand about the complications that I had throughout bottom surgery, everything to do with the manhood. Yeah.
Still wanna take this meat. She wants time and love for my tug, but I'm too prestige. Still get.
My mum said, me and you ain't the same. I say what I want, I think what I want, I feel what I want. Ain't no one can tell me nothing. I am Untitled Chapter. The boss, yeah?
So let's do like a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being amazing, because that is the only way that people will understand how surgery has worked for me. And I think it makes more sense to do it that way. Sexual satisfaction for me will be a 7 out of 10. It has the potential to be a 9 or a 10, like a strong 9. But as you guys know, when you're too vigorous, things break, and when things break, you have to get them fixed, and you don't get them fixed straight away. You have to wait a whole year to get them fixed, and then you got to wait for it to heal before you can then do the do. And ain't no one got time to be waiting all them years. So it's a 7, basically. On special occasions, you know, it's nice to obviously be very slow and intimate with your partner, but you know, on times when you just want to have a nice, you know, bang. So a lot of the time it would come down to it, and even though I know I can give you the beating of your life, I'm gonna just take my time because I don't want to end up back in hospital again. Not unless I have to be, and I don't have to be until I want to go back in for the next stage, and then the next stage, and then the next stage of this long ass surgery. Appearance wise, I'd rate it about a 9, I'm not gonna lie, because the size, the gland sculpting, the way the whole thing's done, just to me it really does look banging. I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice. Now, another big question that I get asked 24/7 is about the peeing side of things, like the sort of urination. Hey, listen, yeah, I love the feeling of going to the toilet, you know what I'm saying? It's just that release, you know what I mean? And then, you know, just, there's things I want to say on the camera, yeah, but like, YouTube will demonetize this video. Peeing, you know, overall, I'd say it's a 7. Reason why I'd rate it a 7 is because I still have the fistula at the base of the manhood, so I need to get that fixed. Obviously, it won't be anytime soon that I'll go and I get the fistula repair. But I'm gonna leave that to the complications side of things, because I don't really want to make this part about the complications. The complications I'm gonna talk about in a minute. Don't you worry. I mean, to be honest with you, I still don't go toilet outside because that's trash, and I'm not a trash guy. When I wear underwear, the print is banging. When I wear trousers, the print is banging. The print is just always banging. Do you know what's mad? The actual weight of it is crazy, because a lot of people don't realize just how weighty that, you know, when you obviously have things added, things made. Yeah, it's a lot of weight, so it's quite heavy. Like, we like that though, we like that. Obviously I haven't had the burial done to the more smaller sized one. Main reason because I love it, and I'm not prepared to get anything removed that doesn't need to be removed, or not even removed, but buried or hidden. Like, no, I wouldn't personally ever get rid of the biological manhood. That's staying there, not moving. Never, ever would I even think to go anywhere near that. I just wouldn't. I'll give you guys my reasons if you want to hear them. Okay, so basically, the veins are just the whole, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of thing. Like, yeah, we like that. We're not getting rid of it. Never. So the satisfaction of my biological manhood since surgery would be a 10 out of 10, definitely. But you can't go wrong with something that's always been there, do you know what I mean? The natural will always feel better than the unnatural. But at the end of the day, they both work hand in hand, if that makes sense. Or should I say they both work sausage and sausage. I'm proper childish, it's not cute. I'd say that, yeah, basically, when one feels it, the other one feels it. So the nerves kind of cross over, and that makes me feel amazing. I think it's very important before getting any surgery that you're getting it for the sole purpose of your own satisfaction. So whether you're getting a tummy tuck, whether you're getting lipo done to your eyelids, whatever you're getting done, it needs to be for you and you only. You need to make sure that whatever you're getting is for the sole purpose of just you. Overall, of this big long road, which is phalloplasty, I would give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 because if I gave it a 10, it wouldn't make sense. There's been too many complications for me to give it a 10. But obviously, you know, from what they can do with surgery these days, I'm impressed. So the mental side of things, this is to do with complications wise now, because you can easily have a complication of the mind. I had many complications of the mind throughout this entire process, and I'm going to start with the fact that even when your money's right and you save up and you go and you pay for the surgery, or you have the surgery, however it's funded, whether it's insurance, whether it's NHS, however you're getting the surgery done, you often find yourself struck for cash as well. So even though you had all this money saved up and you had all of these plans in place to make sure that you was not falling behind with things like rent, car payments, loans, anything like that, you can easily find yourself struggling for money around these times, because sometimes it will take a bit more longer than, say, the average 6 weeks to get back to normal. Sometimes it can take 6 months. I had my surgery back in 2017 and I am still trying to recover from the following: nerve damage, graft failure, fistula repairs after fistula repairs after fistula repairs, broken schlong. All these things really do mess up your head. And even though I'm somebody who is often mentally strong, it can break the strongest very easily. I've had previous surgeries before, many. I've had adenoids, I've had hernias, I've had all kind of things. So I'm not new to you know, some gloves and a couple of knives. You know, where you can avoid surgery, you'll obviously avoid it. But if you're somebody like myself who found it to be a mandatory decision, then of course you got to do what you got to do. But the prices that you're going to have to pay for obviously crossing over paths with less surgery is mad. I'm not going to lie. The first year I was kind of in the disbelief stage that I even had the surgery, so my brain was still playing catch up. A couple years after the surgery, then started setting on me that, you know, like my body is going to be feeling more physical pain than it ever has in its entire lifetime on this universe, on this planet. It was crazy. So obviously with all of this pain being felt, it was one of them ones where I was just like, oh boy, like I'm like really good with pain. Anybody that knows me knows I've got a body full of tattoos, but nothing is like the pain of phalloplasty. There's different stages, of course. So there's stage 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes that can be stage 4, 5, and 6. Sometimes 7, 8, 9, and 10. You have no idea how many stages you're gonna have to go through in order to get things correct with your manhood. You just don't know, because things go wrong. Sometimes, you know, I feel like me, things go wrong at every single stage. So I've explained in previous videos before, but obviously I'll just address it again. Stage 1, the graft failed, and I had a lot of different complications with everywhere that they took a graft from. So that was really bad. Infections were out of control, because what they do is they send you off on your way from the hospital, and they kind of give you this advice to just, you know, do this, that, and sort it out with your local doctor and nurse. But when your local doctor and nurse are overbooked, or you haven't been able to get an appointment, and your dressings are left unchanged, you can easily find yourself having an infection that is so unmanageable that you can have necrosis, skin tissue failure, and it will die and fall off. And that is as simple as that. And there is nowhere that you can go. There's no negligent claims you can open up. There's no one you can blame, because essentially you sign yourself away from the get-go when you're about to enter this whole surgical process. And you ain't opening no negligent claims on no you ain't opening no negligent you ain't opening no negligent claims on nobody. You can't. You get what I'm saying? So you're stuck, and there's not a feeling worse than the feeling of being stuck. Yeah, it's all mad still. But yeah, obviously surgery was entirely my choice. I knew exactly the length of the decision that I was making. I also understand that even though I was young, fit, and healthy and stuff, that it can happen to anybody. Anybody can have complications. Our surgeon was Dr. named Christopher, who's an amazing surgeon. The problems that went wrong with my surgery have nothing to do with the surgeon. It's to do with the way my body reacted to surgery. Don't you worry, I've covered all sides, all corners of this whole topic. So let's get Paige in the car so we can clear up things in terms of like from a partner's perspective. Alright, cool. So now we've got Wifey in the car. So hopefully I can ask Wifey a few questions as well, so people can kind of find out from the partner's perspective. So Paige, how would you say things are in the bedroom? 0 out of 10. 0 being bad, 10 being amazing.
Obviously a 10.
The difference in me versus a cisgendered guy.
There's no like major differences. Like it's not noticeably different.
You're gonna have to speak up, love, because the people on YouTube won't be able to hear you. So basically, Paige is saying that noticeably there is not really much of a difference, but I really do feel like that's down to the individual. Personally speaking, if you ain't got it like that, then you ain't got it like that. It's that simple. Not that I really care, but is it better or not? Is it better or not, fam? Is it better or not, blood?
My personal preference is definitely better.
Are you lot surprised though? That's the question. Obviously, not just questions in relation to this whole surgical side of things, but also to do with like emotionally. How do you find it is to obviously be with me? Because I get a lot of people, including myself actually, who know that because I have like a feminine and masculine mind, I can understand both sides of the...
Yeah, so understanding wise, it's definitely a lot easier to like communicate with you compared to a, what's the correct term?
Cisgendered.
So I think, yeah, being in a relationship, things just work out better because you have that female understanding and that male understanding, so it just works well. So obviously, me personally, like I am a very emotional person, but I find it very hard to obviously get my feelings out, and like Ross will like always know when I'm not feeling myself, like whether I'm having to say it directly to him or whether I'm just acting different. And like I just feel like not just me, but the way how he acts with his friends and his family, like he's able to kind of break down an individual person and then connect with them based on what they need. Like he's very, do you know what I mean? You're very in touch with everybody's personal, like you see everybody's personal like issues, problems, and then I feel like that makes you a better person in yourself, because then you kind of have a bigger or wider understanding.
And once again, that is all down to the person as well. I don't believe that, you know, it really matters in terms of gender, how somebody is as a person. Like the gender doesn't make up the person. Anyway, you know, get out of here now, Paige.
Alright, bye.
Paige is back by popular demand as well, because I know a few of you have been dying to see her still. Paige has got some things coming up as well, you know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna be on the channel again real soon.
Bye guys, bye baby.
Yeah. Bum's looking nice, by the way. Bum's looking very nice. So to wrap and sum all of this up, I would say that surgery is something that everybody needs to think about, and then think about again, and then think about again, and then think about again, and then think about again. You need to think about it so much to the point where you pretty much can talk yourself out of getting it if it's not something that you need. Or like surgery was something that I needed. You know, had I not had it, I would still feel the same. I'd feel like I need this surgery because it's so self-explanatory why I'd need the surgery. But for those of you that might not understand why I needed this surgery, I'll just explain it in simple terms as this. Because I needed the blood clot surgery. Do you understand? I'm very happy to be almost finished with this surgery. Almost said stupid. I'm very happy to be almost finished with this surgery because it's been long and it's been very stressful, and it'll be nice to just not have to see another hospital again, hopefully, after when I get my fistula repaired, and of course stage 3 for the rod. Basically the rod is like better than the pump because the pump breaks and the rod doesn't. The rod isn't basically as rigid as the pump is. It's semi-rigid. We can make it work, blood. So guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up please, and if you don't like this video, then don't rate it at all, just leave it alone, because that's what I'd do if I came across a video that I didn't like. Stay tuned for Sunday, where I'm going to be coming back with a brand new video, hopefully a prank. Let's pray. The subscribers keep going up and I'm just chuffed, very chuffed. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. I understand why you guys do. I talk a lot of sense, and yeah, I appreciate the love from the real subscribers out there, not the fake ones who pretend to be real when it suits them. Write in the comment section what you want to see from me next, and hopefully I can do that. Peace.